It came to a point where he found out that every thought of man was horrible considerably. You read that part?
Can you repeat that?
It's
You said
somewhere in the
every.
Bible where it says God had came to the point where he had saw that every thought of man had became horrible continuously.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay,
That's
that's what
correct.
I'm telling you. It came a time where we got telepathy, but I'm starting to see after 20 years, you starting to think in sin now, because I can read your mind. So the God of the high gods of the telepathy, that the deity that gave it to us, started seeing that their beings were thinking about sin, and it was continuous. You're gonna read this in Egypt, brother. Then you're gonna look at the Bible and say, "Oh shit, they stole that." This is the real story of that saying. I'm giving you where the accounts came from, and they stole it and broke it down to these stories to rule you and said it said that. But think
Yeah,
about what I'm.
I believe that though. I definitely believe they stole a lot of things.
Right,
I
they
do believe
stole
that.
it.
I believe that.
So it came to you by way of telepathy. But once these gods seen y'all was sinning, y'all was thinking about fucking all of the we started going into the creation. In other words, what we do today. The black man get rich and we fuck a white woman. We started going into the created being. And ISIS told us, do not go into them women. We just made them in our image, but they are diseased. We use animal flesh. We use animals, so you can't have sex with them. Why? Because we don't know no diseases. Why we don't know no diseases? Because when we manifest here, we use the dinosaur genetic. You tell me a reptile that can get sick. They came here to gut the earth out, so they had to be built to be immune to the earth, like a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner ain't gonna get sick. It's built to take in dirt. Dinosaurs were built to dig out the earth's flora and plant life and bring it up and get it ready for man. So it couldn't be nothing here that he can get sick with. So us manifesting said, what better genetics than to use but the ones that survived everything through natural selection. Millions of years, there's still a reptile here. They can't die off. Why? They don't get sick. Show me a sick alligator. Show me a sick snake. That's the genetics we're using. That's why the black man knew no sicknesses. It took years after the white man was raping our women before the women even caught venereal disease. The white man was full of diseases. He raped this black woman. She didn't even get a disease yet. It happened repeatedly in your diet when they took us off natural food. Our immune system started weakening. Then we were able to now get sick. I can teach you back away from all this. There's no such thing as a disease that can't be cured. People don't know you can go to the store right now and buy a bottle of tobacco, hot tobacco sauce. If you can drink that tobacco sauce down and defecate, you'll be cured. And a little bit of garlic. That simple. You think God put you here and he created you and a goddamn bee could bite you and you die? What kind of sense do that make? That I can literally get bit by the wrong insect. Some people could eat seafood, swell up and die. How simple is that? That was for the humans. They was dying from that stuff. Now it's on us because we're involved with their life, their religion, their way of eating, and everything. We've been bamboozled. We think we're Americans. We think we're humans. We don't want to trust the fact that we're Solistc beings. And we should know how to take care of ourselves. We shouldn't have to run for no vaccine shot. You should know the natural herb to get to build your immune system up so you won't be sick, no matter what he brings into this planet. The only thing that killed the gods was radiation. And that's why you got an iPhone. Every time you put your phone to your ear, you're giving yourself 5 grams of radiation, 5G. You're getting a dose of radiation. And these phones come from countries that is being invaded and excavated, poor countries, because every phone you carry has to have 75 elements in it to build it. Where do you think these elements has come from? These companies are going around to third world countries and depleting them of their minerals for these sources. And we're holding these sources up. And these phones, the elements is coming from the countries that's killing their children and making them slave these elements out for these phones. But if they tell us about blood diamonds, we'll know about that. Same thing is happening with the elements, blood everything. Everything they're building here, these big corporations, they're going into other countries, excavating and taking and raping. Take 75 elements to make a cell phone. Where do you think they're getting these elements from? They're depleting the planet. They're demineralizing the planet with all this mining and excavating for technology, and they're throwing off the tectonic plates, which is magnetism. Throwing off the magnetism of the planet by constantly digging in it.
Right. That's definitely going on.
Why religion people ain't gonna take the time to know this? They're too busy worshiping and praying. It takes you away from knowing and being the God that can teach it to your child. You can say, now that I talk to Apex, I'm not drinking water out of my fountain anymore. Why? Apex just told me that they build all these projects and all these things, they're using lead or copper. I now know that copper has an 8-year date before it starts to give off a rust. So if this system was built 30 years ago, my water is running through rusted pipes. Why do you think the Egyptian had everything around them gold? Gold don't rust. So they took it from you and made it precious. Your pipe's supposed to be gold. Your water that you drink is supposed to run through an element that does not rust. So everybody is drinking water from fountains and tap water from systems that have been built with copper and metal and been here over 20 years. And those things are rusting and your water is running through it. Just like your water is running through chemical trails. When it rains, it's chemical trails over in the atmosphere, so the water of the Great Peaks is already tampered with. You have to be intelligent to know this, not religious. This can save the world. This can send you somewhere and you can touch a tree and say, no, we can live here. This we can eat off. This tree represents this. The natives knew all of this. They only used the earth. We don't know the earth no more. We got doctors, we got Google, we got Siri, we got presidents, we got politics, and we got education. That's where we go for our answers. And we got belief. That's I just believe this because the Bible said. I'm trying to get people out of that, brother. All right, listen, I want to go, man. It's been beautiful. I'm so mad at myself, Solomon. I thank you. Man, the first knowledge, the first enlightenment I dropped, I didn't even get it, Solomon. I didn't even get it, man.
You didn't get it, man? Dang.
Remember when I had to hold on because the phone rung? When I paused back, I thought I hit it. I never had hit it.
Wow.
So I hope the second half we gave him a little bit of something. But I want to thank y'all, Soul Future. This is my good brother, Solomon. He's a soul future man. He knows it. The way we met is like I teach y'all how I meet people, effortlessly. Everybody I know here at Soul Future, I met effortlessly, and we belong. This is a good brother, and he's an example of we accept Christians, we accept people who love Jesus. Solomon is still our brother, and we back him for his belief. And we will steady be building, and we're going to learn from him, and he's going to learn from us. He does not have to leave nothing that he's doing. It's just this is a strong teaching, and I want him to know this. But I tell you as a friend, I respect your Christ. I respect what you trust in. This is not a teaching where you're going to hear the white man is the devil without a real reason to tell somebody that, because we teach away from that. Because I don't want to raise even children of the sun to thinking no person is the devil, no person is against you, or nothing like that. That's not the right thing to do. Everybody has a right to do what they want to do. I'm creating a culture and a creed and a way of life so that we don't have to bother anybody or worry about what they believe in. We're just over here doing our thing, and I'll guarantee you the children of the sun will be magnetically attracted to what we're doing. And even when you hang up, you're going to know because I opened a lot of your codes. I didn't teach you nothing. I reawoke what I have in me that you already have in you. And as a brother, I need you standing by me. And within a year, I want you answering questions with me instead of raising your hand asking questions, because that's what this is about. We're going to become back the soul futurians, the solistic people on the planet, showing you a way of life. And all through history, you think about it, everywhere that white man went, think about it, Solomon, he loved what the African was doing. They wanted their culture. They go in and they want our beads. They want our everything. They want to look at the hieroglyphics. They ain't got nowhere to go. They didn't have no culture. Europe is ground. It's concrete playground. Ain't no plant life there. They want what you have. But if they see you praying to the God they gave you, going to the schools that they teaching you in, they're not going to respect you as a black person or as a soul person, because you're not coming from yourself. You're still checking with them. So welcome to Soul Future, where you don't check with nobody. You tell people who you are, and you put a dictation out and your images and your creativity, and you put it out into this world and you manifest it. And you won't get sick because you know too many herbal lives. You know about herbs. You'll know what to do. You won't get sick because you won't be eating meats anymore. You'll take it out of your diet. You're not eating this animal. You won't be worrying about nothing because ain't no devil there to worry you about. You just have to come on into a new way of life. Not you per se, everyone who's listening. This is what Soul Future is. I have my own games. We're gonna be having animals that shed naturally, that we can take the wool off of them and sew clothes and blankets and quilts. We have women going around taking tours, bringing back all the rocks and precious metals that they can have, that we can sew into our uniforms, into our garment. We're going to be using pottery. We're not buying silverware or anything. Everything will be made from the mud and pottery. So imagine a place like this, 5 or 6 acres, and you see people planting vegetables, collard greens at one place, pottery. You see children crocheting, making each other clothes, weaving, taking care of the animals, living off the oils from the animals that they give off that we know is right, not the meat. We're taking sheep and wool, and when they naturally shed, we're keeping the animal right and healthy, and we're using the naturally shedded wool to make blankets and tents. And it's just a natural way of life. And we can claim our own land. And that's what we're doing here. No cell phones allowed, no computers allowed. So we get back in touch with who we are. You are the cell phone. Your brain is the computer. It's no more Googling nothing, doing this. It's the sun, it's rain, it's life. It's around people with a beautiful thought pattern. And yes, we have a military state. We learn to defend ourselves as men. We learn fighting skills. We learn stuff. We believe in weaponry. We believe in protection. But we don't send it out. We just build the military force. We protect our women and things of that nature. And it's not no coming here to date or do this. The women are to be respected. If 2 people get into the vibration, then so be it. Then so be it. But I want it to be like this. I want it to be like the children of 2008. And I'm going to leave you with this. This is something from Soul Future for all y'all to understand. The children that are coming up now, it's 2008, then you got 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 2008 to 16 will be 8. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 8, 9. That'll be 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. The children, the special children today are no more than 15 years old. They were born, let's just say, in 2009. If you're born in 2009, 1921, the oldest you can be is 12, right? Right?
In 2009, you actually.
Yeah. Okay. I want you to think of this. The only thing Barack Obama presidency did was help give birth to the new Solistc child. I'll tell you why. Remember earlier when I said every child that's born into this earth that's black has to be told they're from Africa and they're from slavery, right or wrong? That's the history. That's the history of the planet.
Right.
Think about the child that grew up all their life, all the black people that grew up until 2008. When they looked at a president, all they ever seen was white power, a white man. All your children in the house, that's the President Ford, that's the President Carter, that's the President Clinton. These children are black, and they're looking at their black parents saying, here, that's the leader of this country. And that children is physically seeing a white man. What Barack Obama did for the children that were born in 2008 and 2009, as they're growing up, the only thing they see for those first 8 years, think about this, for the first time on the planet for black children, for a Nubian child, after 2008, you can point to the television and tell a 4-year-old child, hey, that black man, that Nubian man right there on TV is the leader of this planet. Do you know what that will do for the ego for that child? What he can know he can reach to? Wow, we the boss? See, there's children that was born in an era where black was the boss to them. Think about that. If you were born in Barack Obama era. Those children have a bigger confidence than all the other children that have been born, always knowing that white people are in control. These people don't know nothing else but that they saw a black man as a leader. Imagine their drive in life. They're called integral children. They're thinking different. These are the children you spoke of earlier when you said people don't believe in God no more. These are the people that reject a belief system. They're natural natured people. They're natural. They're talking about the earth already at a young age. They're innocent. They're not in schools like selling drugs. They're not the little girls that's dykes and that's hoes. Look at the world today. And a child growing up in the last 10 years that's a woman or a man would say, I didn't know whether I should have a boyfriend or girlfriend. It's normal. Think of that. For a child right now to be gay, she would think that that's what it was supposed to be, because by the time she hit public school, there's sex on sex. There's two girls walking with each other, two men. That's all they see. But in your lifetime, you didn't see that. It's unheard of. You get your ass whipped coming in the house talking about I'm a lesbian, I'm a homo in my era. In this era, the mothers are working with the children. Oh, I'm going to go along with it. Now read your Bible and tell me the devil didn't twist this shit. Look at what's being accepted. The homosexuality to this. It's written in the Bible that homosexuality is an abomination. Period. Now, do I want to gay bash? No, I don't. Would I help somebody gay? No, I will help a human being that's being bothered. I don't care if he's gay. I don't want to bother him. But I don't want it next to me. I don't want it in soul future, because we can't show our children that, because that's not natural nature. When God said it's not right for the man to be alone, he didn't put another man there. Then came a woman. You couldn't be here if your parents were homosexuals. So that's hypocritical to be gay, if you ask me. And it's against natural law. But there's people who's grown up with that, and it's in their genetics. And I don't hate them. It's sad that they don't understand that that's not the natural form of life. A man should be with a woman to produce a child, period. And that's a part of natural nature, and that's all we teach here is about natural nature. So think about that child born in 2008 and 9. Their confidence is different from the other children. Those are the children that I'm seeking out, and I'm attracted to them. I get a lot of looks from children. Male and female kids that look at me and they know who I am. They know I'm that soul of God. They just feel the vibration from me. They look back in the store. I look back, the kid is still looking, and I'll do something that I can't tell you. I'll give them a sign of confidence that I know, and we have a telepathy conversation. And I go and let them know, you seen one of your people today, and we're out here. We're out here. You just got to put your vibration out, and you're going to keep meeting people not like me. You're not going to meet nobody like me, because I'm only the one sent to teach this. Ain't nobody going to really have this in them unless they're dealing with certain entities. There's others like me, but only maybe 5 or 6 that's sent to do the actual sharing. And then you have other people that can care, that can help me put everything else together. But you'll find your own as you run into this. It'll get stronger and stronger, and you'll be calling me saying, this happened, this happened. I watched TV and this happened. Same thing you said. They're going to find a way to confirm things for you. You just got to follow the signs. So when you're doing something in life and your body say no water today, don't drink no water today. Your body say I want a piece of meat today, go eat a piece of meat. Your body say I want some Kool-Aid, I want some ice cream. Your body, as you mature, will tell you what it wants. It'll tell you where to be, and it'll tell you what to do. Trust me. All right?
All right, man.
Yo, I appreciate you, man. I really did, man. I really appreciate you for being on that long for me, man. And let me get these people back this phone. This is Soul Future. I am APEXXSOLAR1. This is our brother Solomon. He's the new Soul Futurean, meaning in thought. He has it in him. And he'll come, and I'll trust he'll be one of the ones that help us build the land and go off and live in natural nature, put up our no trespassing sign and grow our food, and try to, and my job is I have to rebuild an ecosystem. I have to get plant life right around us for at least a mile and start growing us fresh oxygen so we can get our ecosystem back, man, because the earth is messed up. Welcome to being a Soul Futurean and a Pope, a protector of planet Earth. I am APEXXSOLAR1. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all was listening to my boy Solomon, who is a filmmaker and will be doing a film on me, and we're going to get together and build. It'll be coming soon. It might take us some months to get it together, but I'm going to put Solomon in charge of it because I trust him, and y'all will see his work as a filmmaker. And he'll be doing a lot for Soul Future, I hope, if he wants to. All right? So thank you, my brother.
Man, I really appreciate that, man. I appreciate you for having me on here. And like I said, it's a lot of things to just, digest and kind of go over, but it was a lot of knowledge that definitely shifted
well, it was a lot of enlightenment. Remember, I want you to get used to everything. We don't have knowledge here, man. We just got enlightenment. Knowledge is written like history. It's just something written in, man. And if you go back to history, all you really gonna do is let that white man show you how he took this earth by force. Go look at history. You're gonna start with World War I, then World War II. We're talking about wars when you talk about history. We're talking about slavery when we talk about history. We're talking about natives being took over. We're talking about white man coming in and raping. That's what history is. And then if you get to education, that's designed for you to go into an industry to work. It's not designed for you to have a trade. Get this education, go to college, and so you can learn this to get a job in a system or a corporation that you're never going to own. It's to constantly become a worker. So we're going to teach our children about trade schools, and we're going to teach our children about Rubik's Cube and mind games and chess and things of that nature, and take them off computers, man. So thank you again, Solomon. I'll give you a call in another day or two. You'll see when this posts. You watch yourself and you hear yourself, all right? It probably posts tonight or by tomorrow morning.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Peace
all right, man. Peace and blessings, man. We fuck with you. We love you here at Soul Future, Solomon. Peace,
all
man.
All right, man. Love y'all too.
All right.
Peace.
Peace and blessings, man. Apex Solar 1. I ran y'all into the dark. I know y'all can't see me right now. I did a whole hour with him that I didn't even record, and I apologize for that. So I tried to get a little bit of things in, all right? Apex Solar 1. Peace and blessings, y'all.